Do you need a Christmas build that people would love to buy? Then welcome to day 6 of the 12 scrapwood days of Christmas. We're making a Christmas truck. Let's get started. Started off by pulling out all my selection of the big sort of stringers that are out from pallets. These are all offcuts that I've used for making reindeers in the past. And a lot of them mostly have nail holes, but shouldn't really matter with this build. I found 3 that I thought were good. And the biggest one obviously had a crack through it, so I just quickly glued that together. We'll put some clamps on it and we'll carry on with this build after this dries. Yeah, it looks all good now, so layer them all up and looking good. And then I noticed that it's missing, the middle piece isn't quite long enough, so I have now found another piece. I've marked on it where the glue lines will be, so I can easily layer them back together again. So just adding the glue now and gluing it back together. End grain sucks out a lot of moisture out of the glue, so you want to make sure you put quite a good chunk of glue onto them so it will soak in. Ideally you would leave it for a couple of minutes to soak in and then add a little bit more, and for some reason I didn't do that in this video. But yeah, just adding clamps to everywhere I can possibly get clamped together, and a bit of rearranging, and just like that it's dry. So these wheels here are from an old video when I made wine bottle holders. I kept them, and so they will be used in this project. And yeah, we're now on to gluing the template on and just taping it down just to help. And then I did a few modifications to the template or from the picture that I'm making a template from, and so they fit these wheels, and then I cut them out and stuck them to this 9mm bit of pallet wood. Just to help on tiling up, I put tape down, then spray adhesive. That way I can just pull it off and I won't have any residue. And just crack on and cut this shape out. If you're enjoying this video so far, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would help out the channel a lot. And let's crack on with this build. That's the main body pretty much cut out now. Look at that. And now onto the outer frame and wings of the car. So because I need 2 of these, I am just taping the 2 bits of wood together, and then we will just crack on and cut them both out at the same time, following my new lines I made for the wheels. Bush cutting on the bandsaw is this quick in real life. Joys of being able to speed videos up. And then just like that, and I made a few tweaks. I've made it slightly longer, but it's looking good so far. Annoyingly, there was a crack in the piece of wood, so the top of that one's going to have to be glued back down again. Just going to be using a bit of tape to hold this together though. It's easier than trying to get a clamp on this. And as I'm painting everything, you shouldn't really see it in the end of the project. Just checking for length, and then we'll crack on with making the back using more of the 9mm pallet wood. It's looking pretty good for size. That's nice and dry now. That one needs sorting out a bit, so there's a bit of a lip there. I'm just going to run it through the bandsaw and trim off any of the excess hanging over. Look at that, that's a lot nicer cut now. The other side's going to need sanding. Just cleaning the sand discs. And then, yeah, just tidying up the wheels at the moment. Now we're tidying up the other side of the main body of the car that that needed trimming up from earlier. And then just trying to sand every bit I can of it. Two sides. Be very careful with these wing bits because they are very delicate when it comes to using it on a power sander. So now we're trying to do the bottom bit, and just like that I cut it out on the bandsaw, and the shape's starting to come together. Now I need the back, so same sort of method, trying to work out the back shape, and I will take it over to the bandsaw and cut it out. Look at that, and it's looking quite good now. I wanted to cut all these wheels in half, so I marked them roughly halfway, and then cutting circles on the bandsaw isn't ideal, so I tried a couple of different methods. The first way I did it completely stopped the blade, which isn't ideal, so this method worked a lot better, where I cut through half of each one, span it around a bit, grabbed it with the clamp and spun it again, and kept going around like that. And then stupidly I did it without the clamp, and it shot off the side. And then off to the audible sander, and then we are sanding everything down. Everything got sanded up to 240 grit. Annoyingly, there's the 2 nail holes on the bonnet of the car, which I will use some glue and sawdust mixture to try and fill them in. Just trying to clamp everything together now to sort of get the whole back part glued onto the car. And we left that overnight. At the same time then, I should have probably glued the back on as well, but didn't for whatever reason. Now I'm sanding down the wheels that I've cut in half. And tidying up the back of the trunk. Now this is where I'm filling in the 2 nail holes and the one on the side. Just fill the holes up with wood glue and then just sand on top of them without a hoover attachment to it or extraction. And then the sawdust will mix with the glue and fill in the holes. There, glued the back on. Had a little bit of glue squeeze out, so I'm just tying it up. And then while that's glued on, I can look at getting the wings glued on. So just giving a quick final sand. And that's what it will look like with the wheels on. Secret here is not to put too much glue on, because you don't want to get squeezed out on something like this, because it would just be a pain to clean up afterwards. Yeah, and now just about to glue the wings on the other side. I've got the front's overhanging slightly because I wasn't 100% sure on how I was going to do the front of the truck. But later on, as you'll see, that I will just cut them off and then sand it. So I tried adding a bit on the front off camera and I wasn't too keen on the look of it. Well, I think this looks better. It's now starting to take some shape. There it is with the wheels. Doing some final sanding on the wheels. And doing the 240 grit by hand. And then go over the truck. Now it's time to put the little wooden like fence bit on the back of the truck. I just found a small offcut of pallet wood where I've trimmed the very edge off. It's about 2mm in thickness. And off camera I just cut them out on the bandsaw. Just give it a bit of hand sanding now. I did trim them down so they are about 7mm in thickness. There I was just marking roughly 2 centimeters in, so when I glue the uprights in place so that they kept in distance, and I had a small offcut in the middle to sort of give it a even distance. It kind of worked. This is where it would have been handy to have some activator so I could have sped up the drying process. And also some super glue that wasn't almost empty. There you go, it's now starting to actually take some shape. The edges were overhanging slightly, so I squared them up. So now it's time to start adding some colour. And I've got to go with classic red for this, so I mixed a bit of water with my red acrylic paint I just picked up from a local craft shop. Painting every part of it I can. I wanted to make sure when I glue the wheels on that there is a bit of wood showing that I can glue straight to that, so I'm not gluing to paint. Which was the idea, to do that with the wheels as well, but as you see in a minute that the wheels that backfired and I ended up coating all of the wheel. So yeah. So then I used the hot air gun to help dry off the car, and then I gave it the bottom coat as well. And again hit it with the heat gun to speed up the drying process. Then I wanted to give it a second coat. This time this one wasn't watered down. Great colour that's coming out to be. Again, hitting it with the heat gun. You've got to make sure you don't leave it on too long on one point of the car, because otherwise you might cause paint to start to bubble. I think those 2 nail holes have ended up giving the bonnet a bit of character. Now I'm just wiping down the wheels. Now it's onto the 2 bits of fence. I didn't have any brown paint, so I tried making my own, which was a bit interesting. Did a quick Google and mixed in the colours it said, and I think the problem was because I used blue unicorn spit, which is a lot stronger in pigment colour than the other paints, so it took a bit more mixing to try and get to the colour I want. But I was trying to go for quite a light brown, but in the end I ended up with this colour. Added a bit of water to it, gave it a mix, and then I coated the fence, and I actually think it's turned out alright colour wise. I just use a bit of sponge to coat these in, and I didn't coat the bit that I would be gluing to the inside of the truck. Again, hitting it with the heat gun. Now we're getting into the final stretch. Just put a little bit of wood glue on these, so I'd run out of super glue at the time, and I just try to make sure there'll be no spill out. Now moving on to the wheels. Got some more super glue now, so I used a bit of wood glue and super glue as a mixture for strength as well as fast setting. And I decided I was going to nail the wheels on as well to sort of fill in the hole from the hole saw, which I think worked out really well. And just like that, it is done. So you could do a lot more to this if you want. I'm just not very good with hand painting, but you could quite easily add windows and doors onto this to give it a bit more character. This is just to give you some inspiration on what you could do and how easy it was to make. Yeah, and then all you need to do is add the tree, which is day one's project in my series. So yeah, let me know what you think. And what would you do differently? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I've queued up a video just like this one right here for you. And if you're enjoying these 12 scrapwood days of Christmas, then there's a playlist right here for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on day 7.